Without further ado, let me just answer these 3 questions. I used to chant Om Mani Padme Hum. So is it better to chant Amitabha? How come you can't do both? There's a difference between the two, and there's no difference between the two. Let's try to find out why I say there's a difference between the two. What does Om Mani Padme Hum means? Mantra of Avalokitesvara Bodhisattva. Its meaning emphasizes on how you practice. Om, it's the origin of all deeds, the origin of all sound, and Mani is the most precious jewel, which means your Buddha nature, and Padme means lotus, which means purity, and Home means every Buddhist seed is planted. That means you have to practice purifying yourself, purifying your senses. Stop attaching your senses to external objects, purifying yourself internally, and that's what we call introversion of attention to purify the mind. In other words, that is the practice, introversion of attention to purify your own mind, not extroversion. You don't do an extroversion while watching out anymore, your introversion. What is the ordinary attention of an ordinary being? We're responding to all kinds of objects. Here I'm looking at a young gentleman. I'm a female. I'm looking at a young, handsome, good-looking, rich man coming in, and I'm being attracted to him. There's an object being attracted. I essentially attach my liking, my pressure to viewing this object and create something in my mind. Everything that comes into my eyesight, every sound that comes into my ears, every frequency that comes through my nose, every taste that goes through my tongue, and every touch that goes through my body, I'm responding to it, I'm reacting to it. And when I say I'm reacting to it, I react with emotions, not with rationalization. I react to it with satisfaction for sensual pleasures, I'm reacting to it with greediness, I'm reacting to it with jealousy, I'm reacting to it with hatred, with anger, with ignorance. I'm reacting to it. Because I'm extroversion, I'm extroversive. And now I don't do that anymore. Right now I come to the temple, precious, most valuable Saturday morning, I'm coming for this 1 hour or half hour so that I can do introversion of attention to purify my mind. But you only do it 1 hour per Saturday morning. And you think by doing that you become a Buddha? Forget it. I can tell you right now. If just by 1 hour on a Saturday morning and you become a Buddha, you forget it. But you already have sown a Bodhi seed in your consciousness. You already have sown a cause in your consciousness, which may sometime later, in this life or next life or millions of lives later, then you do more intensive practice, and this seed will start to sprout into a shooting, and then will sprout and bloom, and then all of a sudden they bloom into nice blooming and become an enlightened person. But how long do you have to go through that? I don't know. So Om Mani Padme Hum is to teach you how to practice, remind you to purify yourself, less greed, don't be greedy, don't involve with sensual pleasures. You think sensual pleasures is right? It's absolutely wrong. You know it's wrong. It's just like gambler. They know gambling is not right. I have seen people who gamble away his whole month of salary, his paycheck. He got a paycheck of $2,500. He cashed it immediately in the bank and went to the casino. The first 5 minutes, lady luck, good luck, and then for the next 15 minutes, all gone. And he went about borrowing money. Just 1 hour, squander away one paycheck, his whole month of labor. And when he talked to me, I was so sad that I wanted to cry. But I thought, look, you're a janitor doing all this work, cleaning up all these rooms and hotel and all that, and you got 25 net pay. Your wife is at home, your kid is at home, you got one kid, you have apartment rent to pay, and you squander away $2,500 just in a few hands of this poker? That's what he did. He knew it was wrong, but he would continue to do it. Why? He didn't have the power. He didn't have the strength to say, stop. When he was traveling on the side train to the casino, he was pondering, oh, where do I spend this? Well, I got this $2,500, but I got to pay this rent. He has a lot of bills in his mind, but then I want to have that excitement, going to the casino. Now I have the money, I have the cash, I want to go in there. He forgot about all that. The sensual pleasures out of gambling is so mesmerizing. If you always practice Om Mani Padme Hum, you're training into your mind to strengthen your power to stop. To strengthen your power to say, I don't want to do it. How many people can say, stop, I don't want to do it? Not easy. Om Mani Padme Hum is to do that. As a reminder, all the time. And Namo Amitabha, on the other hand, is something different, a little different. It's telling you that this is a world of suffering. I have to get away from this world of suffering. Aging is suffering, sickness is suffering, death is suffering, departure from beloved one is suffering. All this suffering, I don't want to experience it again. When I die, I want to get away from this suffering. I want to go to that world where I can learn to become the Buddhahood. So that's the place where you go to after you die. And that's extremely important, especially for people who are about to die or who reach a certain age level. But I always say, it does not mean that only old people die. Young people also die. You think that I'm still 18. I have a lot of time ahead of me. Not necessarily. And people say, every time when I come to the temple, I want to go get blessings from the Buddha, and you're telling me I'm dying. I don't like to hear that. I have people who talk to me like that. Reverend, every time when I come to the temple, I want to get blessings from the Buddha to be better, to have good things. And every time when I come, you remind me that I'm going to die. Second question. In the form realm, sentient beings don't suffer, have no problem. So how do they die? Thank you. In the form realm, when the time comes, then they just die. And in the sutras it says, when heavenly angels die, there are certain indications around him. First of all, he is not comfortable in his seat. He used to be so happy, but all of a sudden he has become a little uneasy. Second, if he has a crown, that crown is not fitting. If the flowers start to wither away and the body start to smell, we have to apply cologne to it, to our body, to make your body less sweaty and less, giving out less pungent smell. They don't have smell like that. They have fragrance. Their fragrance is so nice. They can radiate good fragrance within miles. But when they're dying, they lose the fragrance. So there are certain symbols that they are about to die. So how do they die? When they died, they don't go through embryo anymore. So when they die, when they die in one location, they got born in another location. When they go to a lower realm, of course, they have to come to the mom's embryo inside the body to be born again. So when they die, when the time's up, they die, they just finish up there, no more. Third question, how do we get to wear the brown, black socks? You mean sash? How do we get this brown, this sash? When you become a monk. You want to become a monk? You want to become a nun? Yeah, I'm waiting for you to give you one. So if you want to be a monk, yeah, you can count on me, a gift to you. Register, tell me, I want to be a monk next month, then we'll prepare a sash for you. All your necessities, actually. all your clothes, the socks, the shoes. And we have 2 new members in here. Yeah. So, why are you interested in materials only? Do they look good? You think this sash look good? Yeah, they look good, but they represent something. So, next Saturday will be the same. I'll be here, so we'll continue with the Amitabha Sutra. We'll continue until we finish, because I'm thinking about the coming July, the book fair. Hong Kong always have an international book fair in which all countries join, especially Southeast Asia. More than 1 million people participate. I've been given 2 booths for a few years, in which I display my DVD and some of the books I've written. And this year, they remind me, and they said, well, you have to produce new stuff. Otherwise, you won't be given a booth again. So I have to make sure that I have videotaping and do new productions. And maybe I have to produce 2 books out. I already have a draft of the 2 books that I'm going to publish, but I still have to edit the 2 books in Chinese. I'm waiting to have time to write in English, but I haven't got enough time to write in English. I have a lot of ideas about writing 2 English books, but I haven't got enough time. So what I would do is going through the editing. So in July, we'll be doing that, participating in the book fair, and that's why we have the video recording. And I'll be also editing 2 of my Chinese books, waiting to be published. That's in July. And in July also, we have a charity program in Thailand, setting up community for retired buffaloes, where buffaloes can stay free. Rescued buffaloes can stay free. They don't have to be slaughtered after working on a milk farm for 15 years. After working for 15 years, the farm owners usually just slaughter them, send them to slaughterhouses, and we buy them back, redeem them, and put it in a farm close by. We call it the community, a retirement home for rescue buffaloes. And we'll be over to Thailand. If you're interested, you can participate. As long as you're paying your airfare, accommodation will be free for you, board and lodging will be free for you, 4 stars hotel, approximately. But you have to at least donate 1 buffalo, which costs 1,000 Canadian dollars for 1 buffalo. You can save 1 buffalo by donating $1,000. That buffalo, after retirement, does not have to be slaughtered. He will lead it's always a she because it's milking cow. She will enjoy natural death. She'll have a natural death instead of being slaughtered. But that costs $1,000. And all those who donate $50, $10, $100, $200 are for the grass, for the food. We still have to feed them, not just rescue them. We still have to put them, we still have to have workers to feed them. It's like a community, it's like an OH home. You still have to feed the senior people. You still have cooks, you still have nurses for them. It's the same. So if you can't afford $1,000, you can donate 100, 200, 50, 20 towards the food of the buffaloes. And if you join, you will know that all these buffaloes, their thinking is very close to human nature thinking.